going to be talking about sleeping through the night, and not for us. We're talking about sleeping through the night for our baby, Mr. Aiden. Aiden is now almost 9 months. Next week, at the time of this video recording. And he's been sleeping through the night since month 2. That's right, since month 2.
Or 1.5, but we'll round up. Month 2, sure.
Month 2. And we mean like fully sleeping through the night consistently. How do we do it?
I don't think that we did anything special, to be quite honest.
We just, and we'll tell you what we did, but we didn't do it to say, oh, we're going to do this to make him sleep through the night. But this is just the things that worked for us. So first and foremost is when Aiden was born, I wasn't breastfeeding at night. I would pump before bed, leave a bottle, and Adrian was on night shift, so he fed him at night. And typically when he came home from the hospital, he was feeding twice a night, right? Yeah, twice a night. And then about a month and a half is when he went down to one time for the night.
Bottle.
Yeah, one
2
bottle.
o'clock.
2 o'clock. I don't know if you can hear Adrian. Hopefully you can, because I know he speaks very low.
Sorry. I will project. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went down to 1 bottle for the night, and then there was just one night where he just didn't get
Slept
it.
through the night.
That's exactly what happened, and I was like, my breast milk got wasted. I was very sad, but happy that he was sleeping through the night. And I think the second night he had gotten up, but then the night after that he wasn't. So it was alternating until he finally just didn't wake up anymore. And we were like, okay. But what we did do is we actually implemented a bedtime routine early. So we knew at the time, I think we were putting him down for 8:30. Yeah, at the time we were putting him down for 8:30. So we know 8 o'clock we would shower, well, not shower, because if you guys have been following us, you know he was in a cast since his 2nd week of life. And we had to go back to the hospital every week just to keep recasting. So we were never able to really put him into a tub unless it was the night before him having to go in to get casted, right? So it was always white nails. And I actually have a video on how we did that. So if you're interested in that, you can go check it out.
You know, one thing, when I'm looking back now, Tenn, that I think helped maybe with Aiden going out at night?
What?
And again, this is not that we're endorsing this or saying that you should do this, but do you remember when we were putting him to sleep like on his stomach? I wonder if that made any difference, that he just knocked out.
Probably.
Maybe. Again, we only decided to do this
Because,
obviously after carefully monitoring Aiden, but
Yeah.
also that we saw that this little kid is strong. And when we were talking to the doctor, they're saying that it's safe to to make them sleep on their stomach once they're able to actually lift
their
up
head.
their head,
Yeah.
right? So,
And Aiden was doing that from very early. Like he was able to lift his head, even when you watched him in his sleep. Like he would always lift his head and turn his head, turn his body. So we weren't concerned. I was originally concerned about putting him on his stomach, but when we spoke to our midwives, they were saying that, oh, if he's able to do this, because obviously SIDS and all of that, if he's able to do this, then you should be fine. So they were just monitor him. Which is what we did. So that was one thing. So he was sleeping on his stomach. He preferred his stomach because after a while, putting him on his back, he just wouldn't sleep anymore. The moment you put him down on his back, he would wake up. So that's one thing. But I think the bedtime routine was
for sure
definitely an impact. We made sure that we had a bedtime routine for him, and that included like wiping him down and lotioning his skin, and we would kind of give him massages when we were more mean, because I know Aiden would forget sometimes, but massaging his did you massage his back?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
Liar. Lies.
My goodness.
So massaging his back, massaging his foot, I would do that when I bathed him. And I think that helped. And despite
to calm him, relax him.
calm him, relax him. And for me, even though people have said don't do it, it worked for me. And moms, if it works for you, don't shy away from it. But I nursed him to sleep. I nursed Aiden to bed, and once I nursed him and he fell asleep, he would be out in his bassinet that was beside the bed. Every now and then he may wake back up, but rock him back to sleep, and he was out. What else did we do? Yeah, like I said, bottle feeding at night. Adrian was with him.
So I'd like to say,
routine.
I'd like to say that I think between both of us, I came out on top because I got the better shift.
Because you had him sleeping most of the time.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah, but it wasn't amazing if he woke up in the night and you had to deal with him. Because, to be honest, even though he was sleeping through the night since month 2, the only time that we had like a real issue with it was when Aiden had surgery. After Aiden had surgery, because we had to wake him up every 4 hours, I think it was, every 4 hours to give him his medication. And that was what, for 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
About 3 days. Yeah. So 3 days, 3 days. But after 2-3 days, he got used to it. So he was waking up and in the night, and we probably had to deal with that.
Not too long.
Maybe 2 weeks. And
Which wasn't
that
really
was
consistent, but it was off and on over the span of the 2 weeks. But yeah.
But even so, because we were experiencing that, we also decided to say, you know what? What is it? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Put him in his room. So he also got transitions back to his, not back, because
he was always
he was transitioned to his room because he was sleeping with us in the bassinet in the room first, and then when he got recasted, we brought him back into our room, so he was sleeping with us for a couple weeks, and then after surgery is when we're like, okay, you're going back into your room, or you're going to your room, we're transitioning you to your room. So we did the transition period and the whole waking up at night for after surgery at the same time. So a couple times he cried himself for a long time until he went back to sleep.
And I know some people are against that, separating your child from you at like an early stage, I guess. But
no, but 6 months is typically the time they tell you to transition them to their room.
And I think, obviously parenting is different. Like I saw differently. Tenn-Lai had a different view, but to me, once Aiden was sleeping on his own, we had the camera on him. Keep him in his room. There's no point in going back or keeping the child longer. At least I feel. But obviously, do what you feel is best. But yeah.
6 months he was in his room. I before 6 months he's staying with us. In the room. But like you said, to each his own.
Exactly.
However you decide to do it. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty much what we did. But the one thing that I want to say, which I think is very important for parents to understand and to know, is I know the worry of, okay, should I wake them up to change them? Or even before we get there, one of the things is, what if they're hungry? The baby will wake up if they are hungry. I know we didn't see eye to eye on that.
Absolutely not.
Because I'm starving my child.
Exactly.
Until our midwife said, but you sleep through how many hours through the night and you're fine. If he is gaining weight, he is fine.
Which he was.
And he was gaining weight like no tomorrow, quick, like putting on that weight really, really, really quick on just breast milk.
And that's what made me have a different stance on it, because I was just like, Tenn-Lai, I'm on the night shift. I'm making the call on what I'm doing with Aiden at night. So, yeah. Once I saw he was gaining consistent weight.
More than they expected, because every time they would say, okay, we're expecting him to be this, he would surpass what they were expecting him to put on. So that was the one thing. And then second of all, it's the concern of, sleeping through the night. Do I wake them to change them because they're in their diaper for however many hours? Leave them. If they're not waking up, leave them. But because you don't want to wake up with a wet bed, I recommend you putting them in one size up
On the diaper.
So if they're in a size 1 right now and they're sleeping through the night, at nighttime put them in a size 2. Highly recommended. So
who's up now?
Aiden's up. Hi, Babas. Put them in a size 2. If they're in a size 2 right now on a day-to-day basis, at night put them in a size 3. So yes, their diaper will be wet, but you have more capacity in there. So, and Aiden is up, and at the perfect timing because we're at the end of this video anyways. I don't think there's anything else that we can really mention about how we got into sleep through the night at month 2. Nothing I can really think of either.
Nothing that we did, babe.
But if you do have questions, you can always put comments down below. There's things that I've thought of that I've told other moms that have helped as well.
Maybe ask some of these other moms what they've done maybe to help with sleep training.
Yeah, what have you helped with sleep? Well, we didn't sleep train. He just slept. But
no, what other moms have maybe done, like in terms of suggestions or tips that they've maybe comment below, suggest that.
Yeah, what have you guys done in terms of training your child to sleep? How old is your child? Are they sleeping through the night? Interested to know. Comment down below. But you made it to the end of this video. Thank you. Anyways, have a good one. Love you guys. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also tune into my Instagram page on a daily basis. I have content going up that may be beneficial for you. Love you. Peace out. Bye, mamas.